And that's one thing about being a boss. You know, if you're gonna be a boss, you need to make sure you have a budget of more than like $40 a week to pay some, right? So obviously, you're a boss. You want to have an X amount, a set amount, right? But you want that amount to be you know a pretty significant amount, right? Right. So, but in Neil's case, like if your budget is only like $40, right? If that's like the right to the extent, right? In our case, like the worst, it's not enough, dude, in this day and age, right? And it's like it's not even enough for a 12-year-old, right? You know, like the other day, like, and he was just really creeping me out. Like the other day, he was just asking me, like, he's like, "What's wrong?" Dude? He's like, "No, dude, you see me every guy. You like I've been here doing this gig with you guys, right? Which is not normal, right? Which, like I mentioned, right, it's takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of effort to be able to tolerate being around Anil and his wife, right? And you just asked me the other day, like, what's wrong? I was like, dude, I see you way too much. I see you every goddamn day, and it's gotten so boring and repetitive, right? You ask me, how are you? It's gotten too goddamn boring and repetitive, Anil. And I literally told him these exact same words. It's like, dude, I can't. It's gotten too boring and repetitive. Okay, you know, he's aware, of my landscaping gig, but our next conversation is going to be a bit more serious, in terms of our availability, right? Because he was really and he really creeped me out, right, the other day. You know, it's like talking about how I'm always going to be around. It's like, dude, listen, dude, what we have is nothing special, dude. Like the only reason you know about me is because I, was that little schmuck that was going about getting a tall boy, right? That's that's nothing. There's nothing special. There's nothing about that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just so pathetic, right? And it's just he just really creeped me out. Like he's just like it was like uh, the idea of me just sticking around there and just sharing the pain with this motherfucker. Like he's really just like crossing. He's like I can't. He's just constantly recreating these awkward moments, right? Like I'm not into this, just hanging out and killing time and sharing your pain, dude. Like I don't have any good memories with you, any good experiences. I mean, I don't have any good experience with this motherfucker outside of the gas station, right? You know what I'm saying? And I just can't. And he's constantly recreating these awkward moments. It's like you just have no character, no people skills whatsoever. Why are you asking me these dumbass questions, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm seriously like our next conversation, like my availability is going to be changed. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? I can't have this weird creepy shit asking me how are you. You see me every goddamn day, motherfucker. Like what the fuck is your problem?